yo.
What's
Clark
going
Brothers
on?
reactions. We back.
Yeah, you're back.
Got another one. Ren time. We're doing another Ren reaction. Shout out to all the renegades worldwide. Check out our Ren reactions playlist. Go back there. We got about 6 or 7 Ren joints, and we're gonna continue down this rabbit hole. And we got some rapidy rap Ren. This is by request. Everybody was telling us to get into some rapidy rap Ren, and
Yep.
we're gonna do Troubles by my boy Jay. He requested this one. Sent in a $5 super chat and requested Trouble. So shout out to Jay from Denmark.
Shout
So
out,
shout out to
Jay.
Denmark, man.
Denmark in the building. Yeah, that's what's
You
up.
know what I mean? So we're gonna get into it. I heard he's rapping on here, so it's Ren Troubles. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any reaction videos or any of our other videos on this channel. So without further ado, your boy Ren.
Here we go.
Ooh, Lordy, trouble so hard. Ooh, Lord, trouble so hard.
I don't reach into the past very much for these shards of shattered glass and harsh paper cuts. Leave me stop when I reach in, memories are seeped in. Hydrochloric acid, I go to war and get passive and freeze up. Music help the ice to thaw, put the chisel in the middle, swing the hammer of Thor. Pull it out of the impossible, Excalibur sword. Etching notepads full of reasons why my feelings are sore. The first day that I got sick, ejected from the cockpit of living. 19, young teen, waking up bitten. Posters up, manhunt, Ren went missing. Hard to have faith when the gods don't listen. The first year maybe was the hardest. Waking in the body that was buried like a carcass. Brain in the lion's den, body in the shark pit. Waking up in pain again, aching, broken hearted. Persistent little blogger, I was bouncing from a doctor to a doctor to a doctor, like a table tennis game that has no end. So be the fate of Ren. Every single question answered with a question on the end. The second year I came to terms with giving up my dreams. Mine was severed from the means to help me write these rhyme schemes. Brain was inflamed, the fatigue was crushing. Hard to remain sane with your brain combusting. And the third year was murder, living in a purgatory full of worry, wouldn't live to be 30. Lifestyle hurt me, always in my bed tomb. Rearranged the alphabet and all the letters spell doom. Light hurt my eyes, popping pills to survive. When you're 23 and mentally you steadily decline. 24 I was poor, disability benefits. What's the benefit of disability? It's irrelevant. 25 and the scars that were etched.
Hold up, guys. Stop it. I'm trying to let them roll through, and we're just gonna come back and replay it and then break down the bars. We hear what the bars. So, man,
First off, I like the beat. The beat kind of reminds me of that Nas song.
that is, I think that is it.
That's the one. Doom, doom,
Fake
doom,
thugs, no
doom.
love, you get the
Yeah,
slugs.
yeah. Fake thugs, no love. You get the
I think
slugs.
that's what I
I
think
think
that's what
that's
that is.
probably the same. Because that was a
Right.
sample, right? That was a
Right.
record. So it
Right.
might be.
If
It
it's
might
not,
either
it
be
might be a
sample.
sample twisted another way, or it could just be a beat that is cloning or that beat or some very similar.
It's
But
very
it
similar.
gives me that whole feel of the Nas. If anything, whether it's exactly or not, it's definitely an interpolation of it. So I'm sure he has given credit to Ren. I'm
Mm,
sure he's giving credit to Nas, even if it isn't the exact beat. It's kind of like an interpolation of that beat. So I'm sure Ren,
mm,
he's a hip hop, uh, you know, what's the croissant? He's
mm.
the hip hop corner. So he's gonna definitely give him credit for it. But a couple of things that he said there, and then we're gonna make sure that we go back a little bit. He said the the Thor reference right? He
Swing the
said, and, when he was talking about, he said, Mr. Lotta,
Excalibur sword. You say
yeah,
that too.
he said something about swing the Excalibur sword. Yeah, he said, and freeze up music, help the ice to thaw. Put the chisel in the middle, swing the hammer of Thor, pull it out of the impossible Excalibur sword, etching notepads full of reasons why my feelings are sore.
So
So,
pulling out the impossible Excalibur sword. That's basically, obviously that's a reference bar. Excalibur, people who knows the story of the King Arthur with Excalibur. Excalibur was
mhm,
a sword in the stone, and no one could bring
right,
it out. No one could,
right,
no one could pull it out except King Arthur, who was chosen to do it, and he was able to pull out the sword. So that's that bar. That's a nice little playful bar saying pull out the impossible, pull it out the impossible Excalibur sword.
right.
You know what I
Another
mean?
thing,
And
yeah, that's most definitely. Another thing I got from that in the first part is like when he said, and freeze up, music helped the ice to thaw. So that's like saying his music is pretty much his lifeline and melting the ice is like melting his numbness. Ice, that's
yeah,
kind of like a double entendre. Like ice
yeah,
numbs you, and it's like
yep. And it helps the
it said
numb. It
helps
helps
the ice
numb it.
to thaw. You know what I
Yep.
mean? That break the ice, melting his emotional numbness.
Yep.
And then and another thing is the imaginative, like his imaginary or his creativity, right,
Hmm.
is like a heroic act. It channels his pain. It's like channeling pain into art, which he does a lot. Um,
Yeah.
he does. I can't wait to get into other bags that he's in because I'm kind of getting the feeling that these were kind of like in the begin, not in the very beginning, but Ren goes through. He just put a post up the other day where he is in a lot. He goes through bad days, right? So there's going to be a lot of. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of Ren writing about just not having good days and channeling your pain and turning it into art. You know what I mean? So I
Hmm.
believe you'll hear a lot about that. And
Yeah.
also, the first one he said, I don't reach into the past very much for these shards of shattered glass and harsh paper cuts, right? So he basically saying um, he's reluctant to revisit the past, due to its painful nature, or it's hurtful to revisit the past because he's gone through so much, right? So he said the war matches. It's kind of like was like going to war and get past it. That's what he said. Um, I don't reach to the past very much, for these shards of shattered glass and harsh paper cuts leave me stuck when I reach and memories are seeped in. So, Rick, so
So
hydrochloric
yeah.
acid, I go to war and get passive. So that's what I was saying before. He's reluctant to revisit the past because it's painful. The war mandatory, go to war and get passive. And that's kind of like a conflict between confronting pain and in response suggesting it's like confronting pain. He's reluctant to confront the pain, but he has to. You know what I mean? That's like
Hmm.
going to war with itself. So once again, very, very powerful stuff. I'm glad we got a chance to break that down. I was gonna let him go all the way through and then we're just gonna come back and do it, but I had to
And of
stop it at
course
that
he
moment. So
and of course he addresses, as he always does, the Lyme disease part, because he says the first day that I got sick, ejected from the cockpit of living, 19 young teen waking up bitten.
right,
So bitten,
right.
like you get Lyme disease by getting bitten by for
By
ticks.
bitten, right.
Yeah.
Wake up bitten. Posters
Yep.
up, manhunt, rent went missing. Hard to have faith when the gods don't listen. And that's kind of like
Right.
that reminds me a lot of when you said hard to have faith in the gods don't listen. That kind of reminds me a lot of the Joyner Lucas song, um, Devil's Word,
Yeah.
right? when he's like, I want to have faith in you, but it's hard. When you want to have faith, but then when you wake up out of nowhere with something like Lyme disease, something that's rare, and you're like, it's hard to have faith. It's like, why me?
Right.
Why would I get Lyme disease of everybody? So
Everybody
I
goes
get
through
what he's
that.
saying, man.
Everybody
Yeah,
has those moments.
yeah,
I'm a man of faith myself, but everyone has those moments. Even men of faith have those moments where you want to, you question God. A lot of people do.
right.
Those
Yeah.
moments happen. All right, cool. I brought it back some.
All
So
right, cool.
here we go.
A little blogger, I was bouncing from a doctor to a doctor to a doctor, like a table tennis game that has no end. So be the fate of Ren. Every single question answered with a question on the end. The second year I came to terms with giving up my dreams. Mine was severed from the means to help me write these rhyme schemes. Brain was inflamed, the fatigue was crushing. Hard to remain sane with your brain combusting. And the third year was murder, living in a purgatory full of worry. Wouldn't live to be 30. Lifestyle hurt me, always in my bed too. Rearrange the alphabet and all the letters spelled doom. Light hurt my eyes, popping pills to survive. When you're 23 and mentally you steadily decline. 24 I was poor, disability benefits. What's the benefit of disability? It's irrelevant. 25 and the scars that were etched, they crack. Elastic bands only stretch so far and then snap. Deep in psychosis, hallucinations, troubled vision. Visits from the underworld were conjuring my superstition. 25 living back at home with my mum, but not because I'm a bum, alone and physically done. So thin, so frail, so weak I'd become. And my skin so pale, never kissed by the sun. One time I carved a hole in my chest just to feel. I wish that was a metaphor, the struggle was real. When you're living in the Holocaust you buckle and kneel. There's relief in the teeth of the kiss of cold steel. Facts, 26
All
I'm
right, let me go back for a second.
Mm,
The part where he says, "One time I carved a hole in my chest just to feel," and it says, "I wish that was a metaphor. The struggle was real." So he really did
yeah,
that to himself. He really did some sort of self harm to himself.
right.
But
That's when you
but
start
that
dealing
is
with that.
also that line is I want to say, is that Nina Simone? That's a song that
Right.
sings. Sometimes I cut myself just to see if I could feel.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
I,
It
I,
might be
I
me, Simone.
it might be Nina Simone.
Right.
Um, Something about I cut myself just to see if I can feel. Damn, where's that from? I want to look that up because I know that that's a line. I cut
Let me
myself
say.
just to see if I can feel. I'm telling you, that's definitely like a Nina Simone or something like. Oh no, Johnny Cash. I hurt myself today. That's what it was, just to see if I can feel. That's Johnny Cash.
Okay.
Yeah, hurt.
Okay. Good
That's
job,
right.
Johnny Cash.
Yep,
Right.
Johnny
Shout
Cash. I
out to
know.
Johnny Cash.
John, that's Johnny Cash. I knew that line. I know. So so he did. It's funny. He was able to pull out a metaphor, but it really wasn't a metaphor. That's why he's
Right.
like, I wish it was a metaphor. The struggle was real. That's deep.
Mm,
That's
yeah.
deep.
Very deep. He said, "Oh, yeah." And then, when he says, "When you're living in the Holocaust, you buckle and kneel. There's relief in the teeth of the kiss of cold steel." So again, like you said, self harm, reflecting the need to feel something amid the numbness, with the Holocaust comparison, right?
Mm,
That's underscoring like the scale of his suffering. So he's comparing it to the Holocaust.
mm,
Whew. Woo, woo, woo. All right, go back a little bit.
mm-hmm. Bring it back.
rearrange the alphabet and all the letters spelled doom. Light hurt my eyes, popping pills to survive. When you're 23 and in a purgatory full of worry, wouldn't live to be 30. Lifestyle hurt me, always always in my bedroom. Rearrange the alphabet and all the letters spell doom. Light hurt my eyes, popping pills to survive. When you're 23 and mentally you steadily decline. 24 I was poor, disability benefits. What's the benefit of disability? It's irrelevant. 25 and the scars that were etched, they crack. Elastic bands only stretch so far and then snap. Deep in psychosis, hallucinations, troubled vision. Visits from the underworld were conjuring my superstition. 25 living back at home with my mum, but not because I'm a bum, alone and physically done. So thin, so frail, so weak I'd become. And my skin so pale, never kissed by the sun. One time I carved a hole in my chest just to feel. I wish that was a metaphor, the struggle was real. When you're living in the Holocaust you buckle and kneel. There's relief in the teeth of the kiss of cold steel. Facts, 26 I'm highly medicated and the pain sophisticated while I'm lying broken naked on my back. I bore my microphone until my coffin started dropping raw thoughts with the grim reaper knocking on the track. But then man, lo and behold, I heard an angel beckon on this treacherous road. Was a stem cell doctor with a generous glow. In the cell transplant pulled me out of the cold. And my skin got younger and my body got stronger. And my stomach felt hunger for a door that was closed. And my soul heard music for the first time. Beauty was a word I'd use for this gift of gold. Oh Lord, I forgive you. Lord, I forgive you. Lord, I forgive you. Make me whole. This music I give you, pain that I live through, everything I've been through is yours to hold.
This is hip hop right there.
That's hip hop.
That's hip hop. I mean, the way he even just the vibe of it all. You know, this is head nodding hip hop right here.
Let's let it play out so I can finish bopping my head. Love Wow. I mean, that was Ren, Troubles, crazy dope, man, crazy dope. I mean, to put a bow on it, man, it's just amazing to me. I get more and more amazed as I find out more about his life, right? Of course, I'm way behind. You know, like I said, we've only been hearing about this guy for like a month. So I'm kind of trying to catch up to everything without going ahead because, like I said, we want to do our reactions with you guys. I don't go. I don't I just let everybody know I don't listen to Ren on outside of here because I don't want to. I'm tempted. I'd be so tempted, but I don't want to go ahead because I want to learn everything, with a genuine reaction. And I tell you, man, I just get chills when I listen to it because of you're starting to learn everything that he has to overcome when, just to get out of bed and go do a record or record lines. I mean, it has to be a painful thing. I've known people with sickle cell that, they were saying that at times they couldn't even move. It felt like needles were going through their body, right? And so shout out to and rest in peace to people like Prodigy of Mobb Deep and T-Boz of TLC, right? And everyone that Tony Braxton, suffering with lupus, everybody who is suffering from something and you're still giving your all, you're still trying to keep it as positive as possible.
TLC and I'm about to go back on tour, as a matter of fact.
Right. You see, I'm definitely going to support. They come my way, I'm definitely going to support, man.
So there's a line in here I want to point out in the fourth verse. Now, this I read something about this, and then the Renegades could probably in the chat I mean, in the comments, give more insight on it. And I'm gonna look it up more myself. But I do remember reading. He basically says in the fourth verse, then man, lo and behold, I heard an angel beckon on this treacherous road. Was a
Right.
stem cell doctor with a generous glow. Like this is real. I read
Right.
this. A
Mm.
doctor reached out to him and
Right.
gave him like I guess he ended up getting like a transplant, a stem cell. Because I think the doctor, if I'm not mistaken, and renegades, forgive me if I'm wrong, but
Right.
I think I remember reading that like once again, kind of like how we were turned on to Ren. The doctor's daughter was a Ren fan or
Mm.
something like that.
Right.
And and he reached out to him and I guess he had whatever raised the money through his fans, of course, his great supportive fan base. And I think he
Wow.
ended up getting like a stem cell or some sort of transplant that
Right. A stem
kind of
cell
helped
transplant.
kept him going, kind of helped save his life. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But that's what he's saying there.
A
He's
miraculous
basically
turning
telling you,
point,
yep,
restoring Ren's physical health. Pretty much
exactly.
that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. Stem cell transplant brought me out of the cold, and my skin got younger, and my body got stronger, and my stomach felt hunger.
He was in a
And the
freeway
door,
bag.
yep, he
And my
was,
pants
yeah.
got younger and my thoughts got smaller.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. The door was closed. Yep, and my soul heard music for the first time. Yeah, you see. So it's like that once again, and that's why he says,
Lord, I forgive
"My
you.
Lord, I
Lord, I
forgive
forgive you.
you." You see. So, but won't he do it? Won't he do it?
Yeah. Won't he do it? That's basically what he's saying. Won't he
That's
do it?
he
Hang
basically
in there,
saying,
man. Hang
"Won't
in
he do
there.
it?"
Gotta make a way for you at some point. Why you busy? Well, we always say,
Yep.
why you busy trying to figure it out? He already done worked it out.
Well, don't worked it out. Don't get me preaching up in here. You know what I mean? That's
You
what
we're
you
preachers kids, so
yeah, we preaching.
we
Don't get
might
us
start
preaching up
preaching to y'all.
Don't even say. Don't even. That's what you say. Yep. Why are you trying to
So
work? Why are you
lyrics
trying to
is
figure it
great.
out? He's working it out. He
I
may
love
not come when you
the
want,
whole
huh?
I love
But he's always on time.
one time.
No, but
I love the whole hip hop feel, the whole outside. Just you know what, and I know a lot of people say. I be reading in the comments. A lot of people say he doesn't care. He tries to spend as less possible on budget because he's doing most of it out of his pocket, right? And but he makes the most of it. He kept this one. He kept straight hip hop.
this was good.
Love the
This was
song,
like
man. This is an
real
eight
hip
out of
hop.
10 for
It's like,
me. I give it
yo,
eight out of
them
10,
just
and the
kind
lyrics
of
are 10 out
yeah.
of 10.
It's like you went mute. I can't hear you. Oh, I hear you now. That was
Okay,
that was me.
yeah.
But
So I
yeah,
like it, man. I like
he went hip hop on this.
anything else you want to analyze on here. Just the only other thing was when he said, "Fat 26, I'm highly medicated and the pain sophisticated while I'm
Mm.
laying broken, naked on my back. I broke my microphone into my coffin, started dropping raw thoughts with the Green Reaper knocking on the track." So, man, and that was basically, despite him being medicated and his pain persisting, he just continued to create music,
Yeah.
defying death through art. Defying death through art is what he really meant with that line. So, man,
This
good,
dude,
great vocal stuff, man.
yeah,
Great lyricism. I
yep.
mean, nice hardcore and old school. Um, that is definitely a reminiscent of Nas's joint. Fake
Mhm.
thug, no love. You get the slugs. And shout out, man, to Ren. I'm really feeling this, man. Shout out to Jay for the suggestion. Ren can
Yeah, no,
rap, man.
yeah,
He can rap, rap.
he's showing you right here that this is some like, and he's like I said, I can't keep